Hello! In this video, you will learn how to contribute to the City Scrapers project with only a GitHub account. So this is good for non-coders as well as people who are having trouble getting things installed on their computers. So here we are at github.com/citybureau/cityscrapers. The first thing you want to do is to make sure that you have a GitHub account and that you're logged in. So here you can see that I'm logged in as Rway. And at this GitHub page, we have three tabs that are important: Code, Issues, and Pull Requests. So we'll start with Issues. Issues are kind of like a workflow management tool that helps us keep track of what we want to do in the project. So here, each of these issues is something that we want to do in the project, whether it's fix a bug or add a new feature. So a good place to start is to look at all of the bugs, because those are usually more straightforward things to fix. So let's look at this Board of Education bug. So here Daryl said, the Chicago Board of Education spider currently doesn't have any description info coming through. Can we add this text to that field? Okay, so in order to do that, so here the first step is to pick an issue. So we've done that. And then the second step is to fork the code or to make a copy of it. So now we're on this step. Okay, so I am going to open a new tab, go back and open a new tab because I want to keep this issue up. But in order to fork, all you have to do is to click this fork button. And what this is going to do is to make a copy of the code from City Bureau's account to my personal account. Okay, so it's going to take a few moments. While it's doing that, let me show you in a diagram what's going on. Okay, so on GitHub, anybody can make an account for free. So here, City Bureau has made an account and I have my own account. In your account, you can put a lot of projects. Like City Bureau has a lot of projects, but the one we're looking at is the City Scrapers project. And what I just did was to fork the project or make a copy of it into my own account. And then what we'll do here is in my own account, we'll change some files, change the description. And the reason we work in our own accounts is so we don't break anything in the master version. Okay. So let's take a look at our fork. See, my fork, it looks a lot like City Bureau's because it is just a copy of it. So sometimes it's good to be aware which version you're working in. So one way to know is right here. It says Rway instead of City Bureau. And then also in the URL, it says Rway instead of City Bureau. So I always watch out to make sure where I am. Okay, so now we're going to make those changes. What we're going to do is we're going to make a new branch to describe the changes we're going to do. So we're going to update Chai School's description. Okay, great. So now we know that we're updating Chai School's description. And then here's the folder structure of our code. So we have to know where's the file that we want to edit. So it's in our spiders folder. So first we go into Documenters Aggregator, and then Spiders. So in Documenters Aggregator, Spiders, here we have all of our spiders. And the one we want to edit is the Chai School spider. Okay, so here's the file with the code that runs the Chai School spider. I'll describe generally what's going on. So at the top, we have some attributes for the spider. So like a name for it, a long name, a more descriptive name, and some URLs that we want to scrape. Generally, what you'll see in a spider is a bunch of parse functions. So like parse description, parse classification, parse start time, parse all day, status, location. So these are all the functions that bring back information from the website. And we know that we want to change the description. So this parse description function goes from line 38 to line 44. So it's just this block. And what we have going on here is not too much. The stuff in triple quotes is actually not code. It's just a description. Someone left some notes to say what the code was going to do. All the code does is return none. So this is exactly what Daryl was saying. There's no description. Can we add one? And so in order to make changes, what we're going to do is you can edit this file with this little pencil. So we're going to click there, and then we're going to go back to that line. Here, parse description. And then let me copy this text that he wanted from the issue. Copy. And then I'm just going to paste it here. Okay, and that's kind of, the line is quite long, so I'm just going to do something really quick to format it a little nicer, so that next time when somebody else opens this file, there isn't a super long line. Okay, great. So now we've put that text there if we made the changes. So now we have to save the changes. So we're going to write a description of what we just did. So update description in High School Spider. Okay, we're going to commit our changes. Great. And now we've saved them. We've saved them in our own fork. Okay, so now we can go back to City Bureau's account. Here it is. And we can open a pull request. Let's see, sorry, we should do it on our own. Great, yeah. So often, okay, so here I am in our way. So my account, not City Bureau's account. And GitHub is pretty friendly. It'll often try to suggest to you, oh, maybe you want to do this. You just made some changes. Do you want to make a pull request to City Bureau? If this, so we want to click here to make a pull request. If this doesn't appear, you can always click new pull request. This button is always here. So we're going to open a pull request and just create this pull request. I'm going to label it with WIP for work in progress. Okay, and let me explain what I just did. Okay, so we were here at our fork and we changed some files, and then we just opened a pull request. So what a pull request is says, hey, City Bureau, what do you think of these changes that we made? Does it break any other code? And if it doesn't, then a maintainer from City Bureau will come along and accept the code into the project. So it's kind of just letting City Bureau know, hey, we wrote some code that might have fixed the bug. Is it working now? Okay, so let's look. So when we're at the pull request, it'll run some checks. So right now it's still running the checks, but when it's done, it'll show red or green to see whether or not the checks have passed.